Hello, Brian Keefe here with Redbeard Consulting. Today we are walking through how we use plus this to power the Upsurvey process for the raw chef. First off, this is the site of Russell James, the raw chef. He's the leading raw chef over in the United Kingdom. You can get here at therawchef.com. And our process starts off when someone clicks this instant access button down here on the main page. They next see a pop-up, as you can see, powered by lead pages, nothing fancy here. And the offer is these free recipes, the 10 most popular recipes for growing and cooking raw food at home. They then see this first interest form, and it's a full page thing, where we ask them one segmentation question. They go on to the next one, nothing too fancy there, and now we have our 20 different segments built for future marketing. Now after they complete that, they go to this page where we play a video, just a few minutes long, and the video runs, and about halfway through a button appears to take advantage of the offer. Now the offer is for a product called Weekday Raw, which is where Russell guides people on how they can eat better during the week and make raw food that's actually nourishing and quick. When you think of raw food, you probably think of either just carrots, or you think of something really fancy that takes way too long and is way too expensive. And so Weekday Raw is fighting against that and giving people options to eat healthier in their daily life. Now, they get emails after they've signed up for this, and if they click the email link before the expiring offer is done, as this is a 24-hour expiring offer, they come to an order form page, and we use plus this countdown to show the actual time left that they have to order on the page here. And then this is right here, a standard Infusionsoft order form with some nice styling. If they show up after this time frame is done, then they come to a failure page, which is the same one that Russell uses for everything. It just says, this offer has ended. Let's go look inside the campaign. First off, we have the opt-in form, that's that initial pop-up. Just have a blank spacer to connect everything in Infusionsoft. Segmentation questions again a blank spacer. We then set the countdown timer and add to Facebook custom audience right here, and this is just 2 HTTP posts. So the countdown timer, what we're doing is setting a custom field with the exact date and time that the offer will expire for them. For adding to the Facebook custom audience, what we're doing is giving ourselves the ability to show an ad in Facebook, but only for the 24 hours that this offer exists. So if you went and downloaded the 10 free recipes, and then you were over on Facebook, you might see an ad saying, hey, your 10 free recipes are happening. And if we wanted to, we could further segment this and have multiple audiences as the offer expires saying, you have less than 10 hours or you have less than 4 hours, and get really specific. We then go into a sales email sequence. We have 3 emails over the course of those 24 hours. One is about 15 minutes after they sign up, and it says, hey, just in case you didn't see it, here's the offer. And it has a link to that order form, and this link has that one-time offer, that time and date field inside it to make that countdown timer show up on the page like you saw over here. So it has to be a special link there. Once they get that first email, we wait until the next day when their offer's close to expiring, send them another email saying, hey there, it's almost over, only 2 hours left, and then we wait, and then 15 minutes before, we send them one more email saying it really is almost done. And 3 emails in a day is somewhat aggressive, but for us, we want to give people this great opportunity, and Russell has figured out that if people go and take action right away, they're far more likely to meet their health goals, which is why a lot of folks are trying to do more raw food. And so he feels by giving a core offer, most popular product at a steep discount, a 1/3 off discount, that it's appropriate to be aggressive. But we should always think about how aggressive do we want to be, how many times do we really want to show up in their inbox. Once someone buys that offer, or if they don't buy it, this just ends. But if they buy the offer, we then remove them from the Facebook custom audience. We also run the total spent feature in plus this, which is where we then store that information in a custom field. Now this is usually going to be for a first-time buyer, and so the total spent will be just the amount of this one-time offer. We're also using video triggers on that video page to see how far they watched into the offer. Now the offer is, the button is displayed roughly halfway through, which is when Russell starts talking about the offer. We are tracking a 25% through tag, just so we know about how many folks come a quarter of the way through. But then we're tracking watched 50, watched 75, and watched 100. And this is going to let us know of the people who bought, how far did they watch through. If we find out that all of our purchases came from people who watched halfway through and none watched the rest of it, that probably means, or rather, none of the purchases came from folks who watched all the way through. That probably means that the offer here is really good, and then what he says after the initial offer isn't very good. Or if only people who watch the entire thing through actually buy, and the folks who are partway through the offer never buy, that tells us something else. And we can combine this with the analytics we see inside Wistia to make intelligent decisions about that video and how to test out different versions. Let's look inside Plus This. This is the video feature inside Plus This. It's drop dead simple. First, I put in the embed code and loaded that up for my Wistia video, and it also can accept Vimeo and YouTube. Then I took the total number of seconds that the video is, which is a bit over 340. I cut that in 4 and put each of the second segments inside here. And then I made a tag for each one of these. And this is the Upsurvey campaign, so I called it that. And then the particular offer is the weekday raw one-time offer, and then watched however far they watched. So these tags will be applied as they go throughout the video, and we'll be able to run sales attribution both in the campaign you just saw and also just looking at tags and saying, well, the folks who bought this, what percentage of them had the 100% tag or the 75% tag or the 50% tag. And we also know that people who watched 25% never saw the offer. So these people might be ripe for putting into a prospect sequence for the same product, though not the same offer, at a later time because we know they didn't actually see the offer. Then we give a name, and this one is ready to go. For our next one up, we have to set the date, and this is to set up the countdown field. So when they first come into that email sequence, we're setting the date for 1 day later. And this right here, this 1 day, that actually means 24 hours, which is critical for the purposes of a 24-hour offer. We then have a date time field right here, and you can use just a date field, at which point this 1 day would actually mean 1 day. But we're doing, again, 24 hours, so we have a time date field. You're allowed to keep the date in the field if it's already there. You're allowed to go change the format. We just want the basic format here. And then we go give it a name and keep on going. Next up, we have Facebook audience triggers. We add the people to this when they first start off. We're going to add them to a group called Weekday Raw OTO Active, which again, one-time offer. So this is an audience that is only for this campaign. And we're going to try to match people as best we can here. We have a name, and this is, again, an HTTP post into Facebook. We have the countdown timer itself, and this is what helps us build the link that we're going to put into the emails. First off, we input the date or the date time field, which in my case is WDROTO. We give them the place where the offer expires. They go here. So when you actually build this link, you're going to have this field is at the end of whatever your actual offer page is. But if it expires past then you come to this /offer ended or whatever you put here. So we use the same link in all of the emails. And then when someone is done with the system, we're going to go and remove them from the Facebook audience triggers. And in the campaign, you can see that this happened after the purchase. We're actually also doing this at the end of that email sequence. So if the 24 hours expires and you haven't bought the offer yet, we're still going to remove you from the ad list, from the custom audience in Facebook, so you don't see that offer. So that is our Upsurvey campaign for the Raw Chef, powered by Plus This. We have in our video triggers, we have setting the date, we have countdown timers, we have total spent, we have video tracking, and it all goes together to make a system that is putting up an automated expiring offer that requires no additional effort on our part after we build it. We just pay attention to analytics and get told what to test.